the hell was I doing? Hey, blah blah blah, blah blah. Hello everyone, I am the one, the only, the truest Lord Pancake, except no substitutes or they'll just hide all the raven icons from you. So, welcome back once again as we continue looking at Hellblade Senua Sacrifice. This is episode 4 here. Last episode, we defeated the Raven God of Illusion and gained access to the Golden Bridge to Hell. And we're going to go ahead and explore that. Now, I did want to address something while this loads up real quick. I know I've been doing like a lot of joking and my subtitles have a lot of humor in them and so forth. And that may seem to be undermining the seriousness of this game, but this is a very serious and deep game. And my humor is kind of, well, it's always there no matter what I'm playing. And it's the best way I get through this and how I express myself. So I'm in no way undercutting this game because this is a very actual deep and contemplative game. It is a exploration of psychosis through symbolism and mythology. I mean, Senua's on a vision quest in this game, and in reality, a lot of what she's experiencing is going to be her own psychosis, her own inner demons that she's fighting. That's why you have, like, the pacing the way it is, so, like, slow and methodical. Because you're not going to run around like,
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
I don't think that's quite right, but we'll see. We'll explore around. That is quite right, maybe. But anyway, as I was saying, you're not gonna get like a whole ton of like action. Like, it's not gonna play like, you know, Just Cause or Saints Row or something like that. You're gonna want that slow, methodical pacing to go through it. And it's a very brilliant, very dark game. I'd almost consider it to have a psychological horror element to it just because of the themes that it explores and what Senua's actually having to go through in the process of this game. So I definitely fully appreciate that, and I respect the vision of the creators with what they were doing here. I think it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, you're still going to get me with my sense of humor and my way of doing things, and I hope you don't mind. Well, take it if you're watching, you don't. Huh, interesting. So I got nothing here. Da-da-da. Does this open now? No. Does not. That leaves my only option over here. Are all the symbols on this? Okay, so that's not interactive at all. Boy, we're gonna here. This is that thing where I'm overlooking something obvious again. Can I hop down? I wouldn't think so. Exploring things. Exploring things. There's nothing. Yeah, nothing I'm overlooking in here, I don't think. So it's got to be that ship. It's not down there for no reason whatsoever. It's got to have a purpose. Or maybe it doesn't have a purpose. Let's look at this from the outside then. Okay, there we go. It does have a purpose. Interesting. Focus, focus. Should listen to my inner voices. Okay, this again goes to the thing that, you know, this is a vision quest, so all this is going on inside of her mind. Oh? So what do I got that looks like it could be leading up to this? No, not quite. That almost looks like it. Feeling it's not going to be quite that easy, though. At least I would hope not. Oh, now we're going through both again. It almost looks like it's it. Am I... Because from any other angle, that's going to change. But maybe I am looking in the wrong place, barking up the wrong tree, treeing up the wrong bark. And yeah, now it goes back to having two. So it is definitely over here. No, it's still two over here, so... Oh, goodness. Well, mayhaps we go over to here. Yeah, this has got to be it, but I'm doing something slightly like a tiny, tiny bit off or something. And but because if it was the reflection, it would be facing the wrong way. Or the shadow, rather. So what am I doing? There we go. Okay. Like I found it, but I didn't find it. I didn't find it enough. Ooh. I think I should be going the other way. Let's explore this way. Exploring is fun. Oh, another face. So this is probably going to give me a thing. If I can get it at the right angle. There we go.
Oh, Senua. Your father does not hate me. He just fears the souls in the underworld. He cannot see that they are already afraid. But I am their healer, and I must answer their cries for help, even if it displeases him.
Interesting. Some more story on Senua's life there. Okay, so now let's go back this other way. Oh, look at that. That's one, that's a perilous drop. Two, this is awesome. Okay, so now is the time we go here. Okay, so oh, a learning thing.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to Hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess.
Oh, wait a minute.
She will ask your name. She will ask your lineage. She will ask your business. The Northmen tell of the warrior woman Brynhild, who leapt into fire and rode to Hell to join her slain love Sigurd, and is challenged by the giantess.
Thought I got that one already. Is that a rerun? And also, I was right to head back. Oh, and I was right that all three of them were gonna be on that thing. It's a matter of perspective. See, I saw the writing on that while I knew. I mean, I guess this way is technically faster because they probably don't have any hop-down points. What? Wait, that one is blue, so I've read it. Now this one's red. Okay.
Hela possesses large dwelling places in Helheim. Tall are her walls, high are her gates. The name of her dish is hunger. Her knife is famine. On her threshold all will stumble. Her bed is called sick bed, and her bed hangings are called flames of a funeral pyre. They say she is easy to recognize, half black and half the color of flesh, and her face menacing and grim.
I see what happened there. I hit this one a moment after I did the checkpoint. So it looks like you get the lore in order, regardless of which stone you hit. Because I actually don't think it made it into the recording, but last night I hit this one and it gave me that lore I got when I hit this one. That's actually kind of cool. So you'll get the story in order, regardless. That's actually a very well thought out thing. They get the kudos for that one. And ooh boy. Screenshot for the video. Use those for my title cards. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen here. It's not gonna be pleasant. Let me do one quick check on these. Okay. Say like about 10. Well, I can't get over there. I was gonna go on the sides because I don't feel like any place in this world is exactly safe.
It's opening.
Here they come.
Who is it?
It's coming. That song again.
Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
Whoa, shit.
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it. Get up. Get up.
Come on, you can do it.
Get up and fight.
That didn't
Hell
go
is
so
reaching
well.
deep inside of her. Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us? Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow hates.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there's no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your sword.
Come on. There.
Shit.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer
do not dare pose the question. Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's true. It's not real.
So cool.
Don't give up.
It's
Not like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in yourself?
No, it's not. It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind. No, he's here. It's in your mind. It's real. It's happening. Go towards it.
There we go. Okay. Back in control. That was awesome. That was very, very cool. I definitely feel like I am going on this very epic journey with Senua in this game. I am not at all, like, disappointed by the pacing or anything of that nature. The pacing and everything feels very intentional, very well thought out, very plotted for a reason. I mean, this is Ninja Theory. They gave us, you know, some really good action games before. I mean, say what you will about what they did with Dante, which I'm not a huge fan of myself. It really, really irked me because I was a 20-something in the early 2000s when Dante was created. I was the target audience for the original Dante. That made me feel really bad. That they changed him and made me feel old. But the game itself was a really solid, really good action game. And for them to go from that mile-a-minute action pace to this,
It's Dillian. He's gone. You were too slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the
is
plan.
awesome.
I told you. It was to trick you.
Okay.
I told you.
Is that because I ran, or is that staged?
See, there's nothing to follow. Come on.
Okay. Still can't tell for sure. So let's go ahead and try. If I trip again, I'm going to assume it's because I'm running, not staged. Or stumble, rather. Didn't trip.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father's in-bell made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren and lonely.
I want to explore all like of this because I don't want to miss any more of them lore stones. Because I know I've missed a few already. I definitely want to get to the next place in the story here. See what's going on. Like a dog with two bones. I want the lore, but I want the story too. Well, you know what I mean. Come on, Senua. I believe in you. Okay, well. I'm good. I thought I had got myself caught. That looks like where they want me to go, so I'm gonna look. No, that looks like where they want me to go. Unless my depth perception is off, this looks like it's a little cavey thing to explore. Oh, yeah, this is another thing worth doing.
Senua, there will be times that you will feel alone and exhausted, like a strange little fish swimming against the tides of the big ocean. But have the faith to let go and let the tide carry you away. Because the whole ocean is your home, and it does not ask you to swim against it.
Okay, yeah, awesome. That's why I explore all the environment. Up we go.
Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind. Is that true?
There he was. The lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Soul play.
For my next video, I'm gonna see if I can turn off that camera sound.
She remembers the first time she saw him. To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing. And the world danced with him.
I'm wondering if these voices
Lifted.
are
First time in years, she felt a
her
ray of hope.
inner voices or the voices of people like observing her during her vision quest. What do you got for me, Lord?
The Northmen tell of a great hero. His name is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day, Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out at Sigmund's touch. His brother-in-law, King Siggeir, wants it, but Sigmund refuses him, so King Siggeir plots revenge. He invites Sigmund and his brothers to a feast, but when they arrive, they are met with an army, not a warm welcome. King Siggeir captures Sigmund and his brothers, steals his coveted sword, and readies them for execution.
Okay, but I'm gonna go up here. Wasn't sure if I could cross through that ocean. Because it looks like this is gonna have another ruin thing for me to explore and find. And I don't want to, waste time exploring when I just retrace my steps. Oh wait, no. What? Well, I'm focusing on it, but it's not doing anything. So it's either the graphical glitch from the last load up, resurfacing, or I just have to continue on here. Don't know why I did that. It's not like they have like shiny bubbles to collect, which honestly they would be out of place in this game. I mean, the way they do like the ruin stones with the lore and all that, with the stories that she probably heard as a child coming back to her, and all that is really, really cool. I mean, that's very fitting with the atmosphere of the game, so I can't really complain too much. Oh, here we go again.
Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a serpent with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? Well, that night, when the she-wolf appears again, you'll never guess what happens.
Oh, they're leaving us hanging. That's rude. It's uncalled for. Now I definitely gotta find the next ruined stone. I think I remember what happened from things I've heard, but I can't recall right now, so we're gonna keep looking. This game does so much so well. Yeah. So there doesn't appear to be a stamina mechanic, so... Oh, interesting. But there is a hole. Just explore a little bit more around the outside. Oh, there's another ruin thingy. Before we go through that arch, we're gonna try and go in that hole.
As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he's free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold of heart and pure of blood.
Oh, intrigue. Love those old type of mythology stories. Which way should I go? Should I go through there, or should I try and go in the little hole? I'm gonna try and explore that little nook we saw over here. That could be interesting. Could hold vast secrets and other nifty things. Or it could just be a sewer grate. Oh, goodness. Wasting more time. For those of you who do enjoy the way I do videos, I appreciate it. Well, I figured this would be the way we end up having to go because of the way, Phantom we're chasing was progressing. Seems to have been going in this direction. Okay. So no little lower runies over this way. But I'm gonna check over this way. Because either this is gonna lead us to where we need to go, or it's gonna lead us back. Oh no, this is just back to whence we came. Oh, I'm sorry, Senua. You sound like you are suffering so badly right now. We gotta find the lore. Want to hear more about Sigmund? Don't believe that was in Das Rheingold. Or maybe I'm just not remembering it right. I need to rewatch it.
Watching from afar, she mimicked him, affecting her own secret dance. Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Whoa. Okay. That's cool as hell.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong and fearless, and so they go to take their vengeance on King Siggeir. Luck is not on their side. They're captured, and Siggeir has them buried alive.
Okay. We will continue on. Following the light.
It's a trick. It's an illusion. It's not real. It's real. You want to believe it's real, but it's a trick. You're deluded. Where are you going? Where is she going? What is she following? You can't even fight. It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss?
Wow.
If only she could
This is
see,
so awesome.
see the world
It's
through eyes
freaking beautiful.
and dance with it, just like he does.
Oh, wow. Wow. This is cool as hell.
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one.
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your swords.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who's supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are. That Her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel it.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Shut up! Dillian? Is that you?
I don't like this.
I'll find you, my love. I promise.
Okay, wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm just gonna progress forward.
Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he there? You're alone
It's real.
in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive.
Oh, another one.
Tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign. The tree. What's he trying to tell you?
Oh no.
He's waiting for you by the tree.
Oh, that's really cool though. But it's not a runestone. At least not in the context of the game. Ah, but here's one. Looks like I have one more in this section.
As Sigmund and Sinfjotli are being buried alive, Sigmund's sister throws an armful of straw into the grave mound. Hidden in the straw is Sigmund's sword, the gift of Odin. They cut their way out of the grave mound and set fire to Siggeir's hall. The king burns to death. Sigmund calls to his sister to come out so that she may live and be honored. She does come out, but only to tell him the truth. That she had slept with him, her brother, to beget a strong avenger. I am not fit to live, she says, and walks back into the fire. Strike vengeance from your heart, Senua, as there is always a heavy price to pay.
Oh, wow. It's gonna be another one of them little stones with the carvings on them, which those are very neat, very cool little details on those. Oh, wow. And the trees got the corpses hanging from it. Thought for a moment that was meant to be like Yggdrasil or something. And I don't think it's big enough. Oh, yes, final lore stone in the area. That's why the little dots mean.
And here is the end of Sigmund's story. He was a fierce and great warrior who fought many battles. But one day, an old man came onto the battlefield. Although shadowed by a hood, Sigmund saw that he only had one eye. The man raised his spear, and Sigmund struck at it with his sword, but the sword shattered into pieces. Sigmund then knew that this was Odin, and thus that victory could not be his. He bowed his head and accepted his end. Dying, he tells his wife that she is with child, and that her son will one day make a great weapon out of the fragments of his sword. The sword named Gram.
Okay. I know up there is probably where I need to go. Okay, that's just another one of those neutral stones. Okay. And here we are.
Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it.
Couldn't be that simple.
And there. What are they? Look. Where's it coming from? She started something.
Uh-huh.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gramr. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gramr by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shard. Go to the shard. What's the shard? Find it.
Okay.
It's in front of you. Find it. The metal.
So those aren't just pretty.
You need that sword.
Should have guessed they'd be
Find the shards.
used for something. Oh well. Well, the closest one is this one, so off we go.
Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus. There's the shard. Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look. Get closer. What can you see?
A king in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she?
So where are we gonna be?
Where are we now? Burial.
Okay.
It's so strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very
Interesting.
inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces
Well,
itself onto our friends, or
Did
loved
say this was
ones,
gonna be a trial.
then comes the reckoning.
Feel the dead in the air. Don't go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark.
We are going in.
Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there?
I'm not scared.
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember? I'll find him.
Okay, good.
What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices?
So I wonder if this is gonna be like
Not
a maze kajigger.
Turn back. She has to keep going.
Or-
It's not safe here. She has to keep.
Looks like it might be.
Down there, no one can save you. It's too scary.
I can hear him.
Oh? More
Senua,
lore.
you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Herver, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrvin.
He's going to save you. Find the voice. Find him.
Okay. So the shields are different in this one. I wonder if there is any indication of the proper direction here. This feels very much like it's going to be a maze. There's light over here. So I'm going to go towards the light.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find a think. Focus. Use your mind. Where's he gone? He's disappeared. Look, to slip through your fingers once again. Think clearly. You have to find another way. There has to be. Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it. She doesn't recognize it. Yes, you do. You know where you are. She doesn't. Listen for his voice. Dillian.
So this is the same shield I saw before. So that's the same.
What's different? There's a clue.
Okay, so the shields are the indicators.
Light it. Look for the torch. Light it.
And that's the way I was.
Help you see. It's not him. It's not.
This is the way I'm going to be.
We told you it was a trick.
Light the torch. Base wooden shield. And I cannot run in here. But I heard sounds coming from this direction, so I'm gonna...
Voice doesn't sound like Dillian.
What's happening?
Quiet. He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
I'm gonna go with this as progression.
It doesn't sound like Dillian.
It sounds like something dangerous.
That voice. It's not Dillian.
Okay, so that's back the way we came. So this must be the way forward. And... well, that way is clearly not the way to go. That doesn't look like a way I want to go, but there might be something worth looking at in here. No? Okay.
Dillian wants me to face my fears.
Chair. Aha! I bet that gate's open now. Or not. Huh. Oh. Yes, it is. 'Cause there's a handle. I deduced that.
Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
Wow.
can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
Chief Fencer.
No.
He said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come. Senua.
I am leaving.
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
Okay, well, one trial down.
It's done. You did it, but there's more. There's more.
Okay, this isn't gonna get me
It's not
around there. Is there a way around this side to get down, or do I have to go back
Can you do another one? It's too much. Have you
around the
hasn't got the energy? No.
other way? Can I hop? I can hop. Yeah, because there was like stones way back over this way. Okay, so before we go to this trial, this is going to be one of the points where I do like a break and make a separate video. Oh, gotta back up so my controller stops shaking at me. So anyway, if you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. As always, feel free to share it with your friends if you think they'll enjoy it as well. And I do have a Patreon that I am putting together there so I can get a better rig so I can do things like live streaming and so forth and so on. And my Patreon will be tacked on at the end of the video as well. But until next time, you guys have a great one and I will see you then.